Oh wait, let me get my speech out like Callista. Oh, I don't have any. Callista, you got even with me because at the press conference you didn't want to follow me. Hey, you beat me today. Hey, can I just get you all to do one thing? On the count of 3, I want you to say, Scofield, you're terrible. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Scofield, you're terrible. Now I feel at home. Last night I had a game of Grand Canyon. And I think the guy from Grambling State is still complaining about it. It's okay, I got paid. It's really okay. It's a game. You know, all of us in this room, it's a game. Softball, basketball. You know, we're out there, it's just a game. At the end of the day, there's so many more important things. You know, Norm Patton was great. He would yell at us, and then he'd say, hey, on the way home, come by the house, we can have a beer. You yelled at me for 2 hours. But yeah, I'll come by and have a beer because I knew it was free. So, you know, what a blessing to be here. Thank you to the committee for putting me in. You know, I was a high school football referee. I thought that was my goal. I thought I was going to be in the NFL. But I realized at 5'8" and 185 pounds, that was not going to happen. You know, I'm not very big, so I got an offer from the Big Sky to do football. The same year I got an offer to do basketball. Now, one thing I was really good at was math. I was not a very good student in high school, but I was good at math, and I figured out in football the most games you could get is 12. Well, I figured out in basketball I can get 80, I can do the math. So that's what I did. I pursued basketball, and I have had a wonderful career. And am I the best referee? No, I'm not. But there's one thing I'm really good at. I admit when I have mistakes. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my career. Lots. You know, when your mother reads the USA Today and you're on page 8, it ain't a good sight. Because referees are never in the newspapers for something good. So, I'm so happy that Mr. Livengood's here today. I was Mr. Livengood, when he replaced Mr. Dempsey here at the U of A, was living in an apartment complex, 6001 East Pima. He was in apartment like 182. And I was his mailman. And there was an assistant coach on Joan Bombacini's staff named Denise Dove Ianello now. She was in the same complex. One day we were talking at the mailbox and she goes, hey Bob, have you ever met Mr. Livengood? And I go, no, but this is a great opportunity. And that's still how I believe I got into Pac-10, was Jim Livengood. You know, being an official is not easy. You know, you can't go anywhere without somebody scrutinizing you. Nobody ever tells you you're good. But it's okay. You know, this is what an honor. Look at this. I mean, this is beautiful. Never thought I'd be here. You know, and we are having a shortage of officials in the country. Not at our level because they pay us so much. But at these younger levels, my grandkids, I'm wondering about who's going to referee their games because parents don't know how to act at games. They're out of control. I go to games and watch. I can look at somebody and tell they're an athlete or not. It don't take much. So when you're out there, think about just saying thank you every once in a while. Not if I'm at the U of A, because I'm being more than well compensated for what I do. Trust me when I tell you that. So I don't mind people yelling at me, like the guy in the front row yells, yeah, and you paid $35, sit there. Okay, it's all good. So, but the biggest thing for me is I have 3 tables here. And somebody on the committee said to me, you have 24 friends? So, that was the interesting part. So the Pagnazis are here. Tom's in the Hall of Fame. And when I was doing junior college basketball and even high school, their father, me and him carried mail together. So he was my road guy when I went to Yuma, Thatcher, all these junior college trips. Yavapai, Northland Pioneer was even in the league. And one night, Mrs. Pagnozzi, we didn't have cell phones. Mrs. Pagnozzi calls me and says, Bob, can you take Don on the road? And I go, Mrs. Pags, we got a problem. He doesn't like going on the road. He just don't want to stay home with you. And she goes, oh, okay. Can you come get him? And I went, got him, and we went on the road. So, but I have my neighbors. Basketball season's about 119 days. I'm on the road 100 days of those 119. So my wife needs some support. So my neighbors are here that take care of her. I have a few referees that refereed with me. 2 of my favorite bartenders in the world are here. Because when I got home from the game last night, I needed to drink. But my wife's like, hey, you gotta get up, you gotta go do this thing, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. And then my wife and her family. Can't say no. It's hard. Because I'm gone a lot. You know, I got 2 of my kids here at the 4. I got my Baja family. I don't have a bad life. Let me rephrase it. I got a house in Baja. My Baja family's there. It's not that bad. But somebody said, God, what are you really like, Dad? And my wife has to say, he's really one of the nicest people you meet till he opens his mouth. And she's been saying that for years. So, what I try to do is, I learned a long time ago, whatever she asks for, just do it. It's not that hard. It really isn't. But I really appreciate this honor. It is unbelievable to me. And I'm touched. And I think the greatest thing I did, though, in my career was during COVID. For 26 weeks, I went out and fed first responders, hospital workers. And it took on a world of its own. You know, my only thing is I'm on social media. I have a Facebook page. I have my Instagram. And I said, I need to take a picture. I had people sending me money of kids that I refereed their children that were donating money to me because of what I was doing. And I only shopped local. I only went to 3 or 4 restaurants that were all local. I did no corporate. And for 26 weeks, I went around and I saw nurses and firemen look like they got punched in the face every day. And then I sit out there and go out on the basketball court with a mask on. And a mask probably saved my career, because nobody can read your lips. You can say whatever you want, and they say, because I'm an East Coast guy, it's probably not hard to figure out. So whenever I talk to people, I always put the ball in front of my face, so they can't read my lips. I'm pretty smart. So, but thank you very much, and have a good day.